Hey guys, today I want to talk about finding your expat peace. You know, when I first arrived here, I really didn't know what to expect 100%. I didn't know how I would feel about things. I didn't know how my mind would adjust to everything over here. I didn't know whether I would feel at home here 100%. I wasn't sure. It was kind of scary at first. You know, one thing I give expats is it takes a lot of guts to get on a plane and leave your home country and come someplace and start a new life. It really does take a lot of guts. And that's why I kind of have a heart for expats, because a lot of those expats, they really want to get away from whatever they're trying to get away from, whether it's they just want to retire, or whether it's from their past life, whether it's from all the chaos going on in the US or whatever. These people are trying to find their peace, and I give them credit for that. Okay? And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but like I said before, and I've said this in the past, I'll say it again. Leave your garbage on the tarmac and come over here and start your life fresh. But one thing I must say is that over here, that I've found my peace. I've talked about this several times before, and I found my peace. And sometimes you just need to find your peace in the moment. Life's not perfect over here. You know, I say that all the time. It's really not. And I don't want people to think that it is. It's my paradise, okay? I call it my paradise, because I know what to expect over here. I know there's going to be good days and bad days, just like there is back in the US. But I know that I love the weather here, I love the people here, and I love my life here, okay? And that's really all that matters, is those things, okay? And some days when I'm walking around, I'm saying, man, it's hot as hell today. I'm sweating like a dog. You know, it's really bad. And then some days I'll be looking up at the sky while I'm sitting in my chair back home, and you guys know the chair I talk from, and I'll just be looking around, and it'll be nighttime or whatever, and it'll be quiet. The moon will be out, the stars will be out, and sometimes I'll just be sitting there, and these big bats come around. They're fruit bats, and on occasion they'll be flying around, but usually it's the little ones, but occasionally the big ones come by. And it really puts on a show for you, and it's kind of interesting, and it kind of gives you your peace just sitting there watching it, because it's really interesting. And you sit there in that moment, and you kind of suck in the moment, and it's like, wow, this is really cool. This is something, it's almost like a free show, because you see some things sometimes that you don't expect. Even when you're just sitting still in the moment, living in the moment, you're watching something that most people don't get to see often, okay? When I went down to Batangas, everybody else I noticed had their cameras out and was videotaping everything. They weren't living in the moment. We've talked about this before. They pick up their phone, and sometimes I do put down my phone, by the way, guys, okay? But I mean, sometimes when I do, that's life. That's living. And I like to share that with you guys once in a while too, so I do pick up the camera on occasion. But you know something? I found my peace. You can find yours, and sometimes peace might be in the moment, and the rest of the day might be hectic. But even if you find 15 minutes of peace here and there, or a half hour of peace, or an hour of peace, or a day of peace, you found peace. And that's key, okay? And you can still find peace in the US, but you know what, over here I find it easier to find my peace. The best part about the Philippines is this, is that we're retired over here. We have 24/7 to live. Sometimes I'll get up in the evening, walk outside and sit outside. My girlfriend will be in the room sleeping, and I'll sit out there for 10 or 15 minutes at night or whatever and just look up at the stars, and it's really quiet out there, and there's no noise, there's no dogs barking, there's no nothing. And man, it just feels good to sit out there and hear that peace out there, that quietness. Once in a while you hear a dog barking off in the distance or something like that, or you can hear a rooster crowing off three miles away or whatever, or you hear something like that. But it's just beautiful just taking in that moment and living like that. When I was at the beach, at some of these beaches that are really secluded and stuff like that, it was awesome sitting there and taking in the moment, taking in a few rays of sun and trying to work on my tan a little bit. And I know some people say, well, that's Steve, that causes skin cancer, be careful. Yeah, I know, I don't take in a lot of sun, but I will say this, that I enjoy those moments. I enjoy going out on a boat. I enjoy going out and doing things that I like to do. Sometimes peace is just sitting with your friends having a barbecue, having a moment. You know, I mean, we had a barbecue a few weeks back with Darren. Darren got brought over some ribs and stuff like that. We had a good time that day. You know, I mean, we had a good time that day, and you know, it was a great day, and everybody was there. And we had the ribs, and the ribs were delicious, I must say. But you know, and then I got Kenny. So me and Kenny yesterday, we were just roaming around the mall, having fun, doing what boys do. You know, we did our stuff and we had fun. You know, and it was fun. We have some plans. I just actually ordered a drone. Okay, and it's a cheaper drone. It's not an expensive drone because I know I'm gonna have to go through some crashes, and I don't want to get an expensive drone yet until I get over the crash part of it, and I got it all figured out, and I'm like pretty professional or pretty decent at running these things. And that's all I want to do. I just want to learn how to run these things and learn how to use them. And you know, even doing things like that, that's finding your peace sometimes. You know, it's fun. I mean, we were sitting down the other day at the park, and we were just sitting there all talking, me, Pax, and Kenny, and it was good sitting there, nice cool breeze, sitting there at the park, just enjoying life and taking life in sometimes. And sometimes people, they need to learn to slow down over here. And I see a lot of expats over here, they're speeded up. They can't slow down in the moment. And you have to learn to kind of slow down in the moment, just take everything in. You know, the other day when we were at Texas Roadhouse, I was sitting there, I was like, man, this meal's good. I found my peace in that moment. You know, I had a nice steak. I had some French fries. I had some Texas Roadhouse chili, and it was good. You know, I had a soda, and it was good just sitting there with Pax, with Kenny, with my girlfriend and my daughter, and we enjoyed the day, you know, and that's what mattered. But life is kind of funny, you know, like a lot of people, they rush through the day when they go someplace. They rush through it like, okay, we got to go here next. We got to go see this next. They don't stop. They don't take in the moment. They got their cameras whipped out. I was watching people at the zoo one time. Me and one of the expats, we went to the zoo, and I was watching people around us, and I did a lot of pictures too, but I noticed every time somebody stopped someplace, they always had to whip out the camera, and they're, you know, doing their selfie shots and stuff like that with an alligator behind them or a leopard behind them or whatever it is. They're trying to get that thing in the picture, and you know, they have to have their selfie shots. I think today we've kind of walked away from living in the moment and having peace in our lives. We're so stuck up with ourselves sometimes that we've lost ourselves. Okay, and I think we need to re-find ourselves and discover that, yes, there's another life out there, and guess what? It's your life. You know, it's your life, and that's what's important. And finding that peace too. And once you find that peace, guys, you found everything. Okay? Once you find that peace, you found everything. Everything meaningful in life is in that peace. It's your family. It's your friends. It's living life, taking a walk in the woods, taking a walk like I do here. Just sitting down, enjoying the moment at night or whatever, going to the beach, going on vacation and maybe sitting on a rock wall overlooking the ocean at night and sitting there for an hour and just meditating or whatever. It's the most beautiful thing in the world to actually have that opportunity, and a lot of us miss those opportunities, or we say, well, I'm too busy for that. Don't ever be too busy for yourself. Don't ever be too busy for finding yourself and finding your peace. Okay, that's what's important. Okay, and as expats, a lot of us, even myself sometimes, we get very busy. I'm a very busy person sometimes, and I get phone calls all day long. And sometimes, you know, and I answer every phone call I get, you know, and when I say that, I mean, but sometimes I do take an hour or two off, and I'll just say I'm not going to answer. And I tell people, don't leave me messages, because I don't look at I don't listen to my messages. So just keep calling until you get me. You will get me. Everybody talks to me, you know, but sometimes I too am human, and I need to take a break or take some moments with my family or what have you. But I mean, find your peace, you know, and make time for your peace. I make time for my peace. And it's not that I'm cutting people out of my life or whatever. It's just, you know, they can call back. You know, if it's really that important, they can call back. And you know, 90% of the time I do answer the phones, you know, when I'm awake. I'll answer the phones or whatever, and I'll take the phone calls. And sometimes though, I just say, you know what, today I'm gonna take an hour or two off. And on occasion, I'll even take a whole day off if I'm taking a vacation away or whatever. Because you know what, I don't want to be sitting by the pool and be taking phone calls when I can be in that pool. And that's the thing. I want to be in the pool swimming. I want to have a good life. I want to live my retirement. And I know at some point, there's going to be some point in my life where I step away from the channel. And I'll probably hand the channel over to somebody else, to be honest with you. Or I'll probably just do 2 vlogs a week or something. You know, there's going to come a time in my life where I'm going to say, you know what? I'm ready to fully retire. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to just kind of kick back and relax and find more peace in my life. And sometimes you have to do that. You have to kind of make decisions to keep peace in your life. Make sure that when you come here, you keep your eyes wide open for opportunities for your peace, okay? Peace, guys. Love you guys. God bless.